Hello and welcome to the Torrance Centennial Community Parade, the Torrance Centennial Plaza dedication, and the Time Capsule ceremony to commemorate the first 100 years of our great city. A new Centennial Plaza will be dedicated along with the burial of a time capsule. So sit back, relax as we celebrate our past and look to the future.
history, our memories, our Centennial. Relive it all again and again, from the city's founding fathers and current civic leaders to its architectural treasures and farming legacy. Torrance is clearly looking back and moving forward. For just $20, you can own your own DVD box set, so you'll always remember this special year. Purchase your Centennial DVD box set today. $20 for all Centennial programs. www.torrancecentennial.org.
Thank you very much for the West High Band. I'd like to ask you all to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, which is going to be led by our city manager, Leroy Jackson, followed by the national anthem sung by the Riviera Elementary School Choir under the direction of Laura Savitz. And then please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by our chaplain, Milton Herring.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, creator and sustainer of all life, the scripture tells us to hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. O God, you are compassionate and merciful. We thank you for this beautiful weather that you blessed us with today, and ask your blessings upon these proceedings at this Centennial Plaza dedication and time capsule ceremony. Oh God, we stand united as citizens of the beautiful city of Torrance on the threshold of a new century, grateful for your abundant blessings. We're thankful for our visionary, Jared Sidney Torrance, and the countless pioneers who labored to make us truly a balanced city. Today we look backward with pride and honor as we prepare to pass the torch to the next generation. We pray that they will cultivate our infectious enthusiasm, develop our innovative approaches, and embody the fierce determination of past generations. We resolve to move forward as a diverse people, full of faith, to make Torrance a true all-American city with liberty and justice for all. And may we never forget that one day all people will stand accountable before you. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Please be seated if you have a seat. Thank you, everyone. And once again, good afternoon. I'm Councilwoman Susan Rillinger, and it is my pleasure to welcome each one of you here today. Before we start the program itself, I'd like to take a moment to recognize some very special guests in attendance. First of all, the Honorable Mayor, Frank Scotto. My colleagues on the City Council, Jean Barnett, Tom Brewer, Pat Fury, Cliff Newmark, Bill Sutherland, our City Treasurer, Dana Cortez, our City Clerk, Sue Herbers, our City Manager, Leroy Jackson, our Assistant City Manager, Mary Giordano, we have some other political people that we want to introduce that some might be familiar to you and some might not be. But Congresswoman, United States Congresswoman Maxine Waters is with us today. Mike Aguilera, who's a representative from Congresswoman Janice Hahn's office, is also here today. And from the office of California State Senator Ted Lieu, his district director, Jennifer Zinkovic. Steve Napolitano is here representing LA County Supervisor Don Kanabe. We have some former elected officials, of course, Dee Hardison, Don Lee, Maureen O'Donnell, and I'm not sure if Hope Wachowski is here. She was supposed to be here. I didn't see her. I also want to introduce from the Board of Education, Torrance, Mike Wermers, Terry Regans, Chair, Don Lee, Al Maritucci, and Mark Steffen. I also want to mention Donna Duperone, who's the president of the Area Chamber of Commerce, and a former city treasurer, Linda Barnett. There are many of our department heads and city staff in the audience, and I want to thank them for participating also. I want to thank all of you for joining us to dedicate our brand new Centennial Plaza and unveil the home for at least the next 100 years of the Centennial Time Capsule. It was a great way to start our program with our very own city manager, Leroy Jackson, leading us in the pledge. As many of you may know, Leroy is a wonderful historian and has been very helpful to us during this centennial year. As leader of the entire city staff, today he represents the significant contributions of city employees over the years to the success of our great city. And I want to in particular thank his staff who have played a vital role in making today's events happen. I want to thank the children that led the national anthem. That they represent the future that we're looking towards, and so they had an important presence here today also. The wonderful invocation given by our chaplain, Milton Herring. Chaplain Herring is also a member of our traffic commission. His presence today represents the volunteers who have worked together over the past century to make Torrance what it is today. And you, the members of the audience today, represent our community members over the years, the millions who have built up the city over the past century. It's this combination of people who continue to put forth dedication and energy which leads to success in our community. I think that you're all a great example of why we're able to celebrate today. It's the strength of our community. Today I'm happy to be here with you to help celebrate these individuals and organizations that have brought an idea to life. Before us stands the product of your brick purchases, time, energy, and work with the city. It's because of your enthusiasm that we exceeded our 600 brick sale goal, and now, even after we've extended the deadline multiple times, we're still getting inquiries about purchasing bricks. It's the enthusiasm of our friends, neighbors, and business partners that allows the rich history of Torrance to continue to shine and new symbols of community to emerge. Henry Ford, American industrialist and the founder of the Ford Motor Company, once said, "Enthusiasm is the yeast that makes your hopes shine to the stars. Enthusiasm is the sparkle in your eyes, the swing in your gait, the grip of your hand, the irresistible surge of will and energy to execute your ideas." So today I'm honored to share in this historical ceremony a testament to our strong community. It's because of all of you that we can make dreams come to fruition. And now I'd like to invite Mayor Frank Scotto to take the podium.
Well, good afternoon, Torrance. I'll give that one more shot out. Let's go. Good afternoon, Torrance. Hey, how excited we are to be here today. We were worried that it was going to be over 100 degrees, and here we are. At least we have some shade. Thank you for that. You know, it's just our centennial year, and it's a great honor that I'm able to dedicate this plaza with all of your help. You know, all of you in this audience have helped to do this. Presently, Torrance stands as the 8th largest city in LA County, and we are a diverse, growing, and a thriving community. And it's because all of you in this audience help us be that way, by the way. So let's give you guys a round of applause. Every day, we are challenged to maintain a premier city that we are, one that addresses ever-changing needs of our community and our members in the community. As the mayor of this great city, I am proud to say that we've hardworking, talented staff who work day in and day out to continue to provide great service to our communities. Let's give our staff a round of applause. They're all over here, by the way. Their diligence ensures that Torrance remains a premier city, one that addresses all the needs of our community, providing facilities, programs, and services and experiences that enriches the quality of life for all of us to enjoy. I'm sure that all of you have been watching people walking around the plaza, bending down and looking where their bricks are, and a lot of you are going to be doing that. I am so pleased that over 800 of you have decided to buy a brick to make this plaza possible. So again, thank you. We also have strong business partners that, through their own hard work and dedication, have directly improved our community. Businesses that thrive to be internationally respected, innovations in their own trade, and supporters of entrepreneurial growth. And finally, we have our community that continues to show passion for volunteerism. And I'm sure that all of you have heard me speak about this before, by citizens engaging in helping others and reaching out and being volunteers in our community, which makes Torrance the great place that it is. So you all need another round of applause for being volunteers. You know, all these elements make a great city. That produced this plaza today before us is because of the residents, the business community, and the city staff. The Centennial Plaza was made possible. The plaza that symbolizes a great balanced city that we all share as a community. With each brick inscribed with words of honor and names of dedicated citizens, community groups, companies, and so on. And so today, we dedicate this plaza to all of you. It's been a long time goal of our residents to remain and maintain a balanced city. Today, 100 years, it's obviously that we've succeeded. Our high quality of life is achieved through a balanced mixture of attractive residential neighborhoods, high quality of public services, and economically viable and attractive commercial industrial areas. In dedicated this plaza, we may continue to strive for a balance, and may this plaza be a symbol of our citizens that make up Torrance, our balanced city. You know, with that, today's parade was a vision that we had many, many years. And I'm so pleased that all of you, including all the high school bands, decided to participate. This West High has left already, but all the other bands, let's give them a round of applause for being a part of our parade. And I'd ask that the Centennial Committee stand so we can give them a round of applause, please. Now, they all looked at me 3 years ago when I asked them to form this committee and do all this hard work for this year, and it's almost over. October 28th is going to be our birthday bash at Wilson Park, and I expect all of you to be there. We're going to have a lot of fun that day, and hopefully the weather will be a little cooler than today, but not too cool. And it's because of the hard work of the Centennial Committee and many others that have made this possible. So I want to thank all of you for being here today. And this is what makes Torrance a great place. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. And now I'd like to invite former Mayor and the Vice Chair of the Centennial Committee, Dee Hardison, to the podium.
From our first event, Lights, Camera, Action, to today's downtown community parade, our committee has shown their strength through volunteerism. Together to benefit the community and highlight our rich history, the Centennial Committee delivered time and time again. As the mayor has already done, but I'd like to take the time to acknowledge the dedicated committee's work. We thank you for all your hard work in making the Centennial Committee the Centennial Year a memorial one. It's hard to believe that over 3 years ago, in May of 2009, the Torrance City Council established the Centennial Committee that I was honored to currently vice chair. We've come a long way since then. Lights, Camera, Action took place in early November 2011. Nearly 2,500 Torrance residents met at Wilson Park, and when it got dark, they spelled out Torrance 1912, 2012 with their Pelican flashlights. What a fabulous way to start a centennial celebration. How many of you here today participated in October? And many more have said to me, so when do we do the next one? On January the 1st, the Centennial Committee recognized Anthony Lim as the first baby born in Torrance in 2012. And Anthony and his family were in the parade today. Throughout 2012, we are also recognizing residents of Torrance that are at least 100 years. And I've interviewed over 10 of them, and I still have more to go. April was Beautification Month in Torrance for our parks, neighborhoods, and schools. Community groups came forward to do the beautification on various sites. The Centennial Committee event concluded on Arbor Day, April 27th, with the planting of a centennial tree at Lego Seco Park. None of this would have been possible without the help of our generous business sponsors, community groups and organizations, residents, city council, city staff. Community organizations had over 50 centennial events in the past 10 months. Let's thank them for that. And while it's nearing the end of September, there are still centennial events going on in September and obviously in October. So on behalf of the Centennial Committee, I'd like to thank all of you for taking part in the events and hope you will continue the celebration with us on October the 28th as we culminate this year with a huge birthday bash at Wilson Park. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite Sally Jo Kinsey to read her original poem entitled Our Torrance Centennial.
Our Torrance Centennial. With song and voice we'll all rejoice as we recall our proud legacy of all those who've gone before to settle here on the Pacific shore. In this place we put our trust to come to California or bust. Many came as they heeded the call to go west, young man, go west. We honor and appreciate all the founders who laid out the plans. They recognized the need to build a railroad to bring people from distant lands. With this plan came a railroad depot connected by a grassy mall. This led to the Torrance High School and its beautiful buildings so tall. The Torrance schools were important as families came from near and far. With great teachers, students flourished as their goals were set to reach the stars. They built restaurants and they built shops. The town grew without a stop. Then came the red cars streaming through, bringing others to Torrance too. We've reared our families and worked and played, lived in harmony and in peace. A balanced city is Torrance's motto. As folks moved in, we watched it grow. Accolades could be heard near and far as we watched the largest mall in the world was built. The Del Amo Mall and the Del Amo Fashion Square became one. In the marriage of the malls, the deed was done. As we have grown, Torrance has changed. Where strawberries once grew and oil pumpers pumped, we now have a financial center and restaurants too, with 2 high-rise hotels to capture the view. We love all the events that Torrance provides, the Rose Parade float, the Armed Forces Day Parade, the James Armstrong Theater, and the Farmers Market too. When you live here in Torrance, there's always lots to do. With people coming from distant lands, we extend our welcoming hands. From our sister city association of Kashiwa, Japan, we have in our civic center cherry blossom trees. The Buddhist Peace Organization of Soka Gakkai gave 132 cherry blossom trees to please the eyes. They were planted 10 trees in Seaside Heroes Park and 10 more trees in De Portola Park. The remaining 112 trees are in Columbia Park, where for years to come their blossoms will thrill our hearts. We have a Japanese garden that graces our town with such beauty and serenity. It's a joy to be around. We love this city in our land so free. We love to live here by the sea, on the shores of this land of liberty, kissed by the ocean breeze. May we never forget the sacrifice of those who have made Torrance great. May we always hold our banner high in honor as our centennial year goes by. Thank you.
I want to thank both Dee and Sally Jo. Finally, I'd like to invite the chair of the Centennial Committee, Dr. Laurie Love, to say a few words.
Good afternoon. Today we gather to meet full circle with our past, present, and future. It was only a year ago that the Torrance City Council signed off on a Centennial project intended to become a permanent part of the city's heritage. Once approved, we hit the ground running. El Prado Park was chosen for the Centennial Plaza because of its historical significance. Positioned in the heart of our city, its layout paved the way for our current community with its innovative design. Now we have also chosen this location to house our Centennial time capsule. The time capsule embodies our remarkable journey, a celebration of our community that will forever symbolize our present and carry on tokens of our great memories that we have gathered in our centennial year to the future. Encapsulated are mementos that signify our culture, identity, and what we value as members of the Torrance community today. I thank all of you who have contributed items, ideas, and especially enthusiasm to this project. It is the actual laying of the time capsule that captures the spirit of this larger act, in which we recognize the accomplishment of a community endeavor that brought us to where we are today. Seeing the Centennial Plaza and the time capsule evolve has been quite exciting for me. It is with great hope that in 100 years, our future will be able to paint a vivid picture of our life in the year 2012. Current Governor of Washington, Christine Gregoire, once said, "It is up to us to live up to the legacy that was left for us, and to leave a legacy that is worthy of our children and of future generations." Today expresses our hope for the future and reaffirms our commitment to the city of Torrance and to future generations. Thank you all for helping us preserve our past, participating in our present, and preparing for our future. Thank you.
Thank you, Laurie. Now, if you and Dee and the mayor could head to the time capsule, we can move forward with the reveal. For those of you who can't really see it, we have a picture of what is in the ground, actually, the symbol of the Centennial time capsule. You can hold it up and see it. And there are also pictures on either side, if you haven't been up here yet, to show that as they were actually putting the time capsule in the ground, to show you it really is there. The workers showing that. Thank you all for joining us today. I hope you all had fun. But there's more celebrations coming your way. As you've heard just a little bit ago, we are culminating the Centennial with a birthday bash on October the 28th at Wilson Park. Come join us at our outdoor party to include a children's area, game booths, food trucks, arts and crafts booths, softball games, a little competition going there, pony rides, a petting zoo, 2 entertainment stages, and much more. We are still looking for performers, game booths, crafters, and food trucks to be included in this once-in-a-lifetime celebration, so visit the website, torrancecentennial.org, for more information. Applications are due by September the 25th. I would also like to invite Steve Napolitano and the mayor to come forward. Steve still here? Yes. As they're coming up forward, I want to make a special thank you to Steve, which you'll hopefully pass on to Supervisor Kanabe, thanking him for providing the bus transportation that facilitated this ceremony today.
Thank you very much. Yes, if you took the shuttle here, it was because Supervisor Kanabe was very honored to provide the buses. We've done so on many different occasions, and of course, we have a great history here with the City of Torrance. We have our field office here. We support many of the nonprofits here. We really like being a part of Torrance and all it does. And I don't think anyone mentioned, but look at this place. It looks great, doesn't it? It's a beautiful addition. I eat lunch at least once a week at the Torrance Bakery there, and I've been watching the progress, and it's absolutely fantastic. And what I like to say is, you know, Torrance might be the 8th largest city in the county of Los Angeles, but it is really a small town. It's the heart and soul of a small town here in Torrance. So I know we've got more more events coming up to celebrate the Centennial. I've got just a token of our celebration here. We're going to have a plaque for you in October at the next great event. But in the meantime, for the reopening here of the El Prado Park and the great addition here to the Parkway, we want to say congratulations and join your celebration on behalf of Supervisor Knabe. Thank you very much. Sure. Do we have a camera? Oh, yes, pretty good. Close enough.
Yes. I'm reminded to also tell everybody that bricks are still available until the end of October. You can go onto the Centennial website. There'll be application forms for you to fill out there also. We thought that when you saw how lovely it really all turned out, that you might have some continued interest in that. So do check torrancecentennial.org. As we close the ceremony, we're going to be playing some patriotic music. Feel free to sing along as you recognize the songs. And now I'm asking the mayor and council to join me at the cake for the official cutting. And once again, thank you for joining us today in this historic event. Stay, relax, enjoy the music, and thank you very much for coming.
Beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the